Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for June 14th, 2014. Well, I hope you got through Friday the 13th. I know it's a lot of nonsense and superstition, but now we are going to be setting up for a beautiful weekend on the way. Temperatures this morning range from the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, even a few upper 50s in some of your higher elevations. Along the coast, ranging from the upper 60s to lower 70s throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, with a northwesterly wind around 5 to 15 miles per hour. The good news here is that basically the clouds are clearing out and temperatures are going to be warming up into the mid to upper 70s along the coast and upper 70s to lower 80s throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. On the latest surface map, you can see that cold front clearing the coast and exiting out into the Atlantic, and with it, high pressure is going to be taking control and dominating the entire region for today and for tomorrow, with perfect weather conditions expected. And then, unfortunately, on the backside of this high pressure system, we're going to enter a very hot and humid weather pattern that's going to feature plenty of chances of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and fog in the morning. It's not going to be pretty moving forward, that is for sure. On the latest radar, you can see not much really going on. All the showers are out in the Atlantic, and they're going to continue to stay out there and will remain no threat for the region whatsoever. The latest visible satellite picture clearly shows skies are starting to clear. We're going to look at some scattered cloud coverage for today, but again, no precipitations expected. And then for tomorrow, these clear skies over the Ohio River Valley will be settling over the region, providing beautiful weather conditions. On the water vapor satellite picture, you can see that Pacific air mass invading the northern Atlantic with that very dry air at the mid and upper levels, pushing towards the coast, providing excellent weather conditions. However, we have a storm brewing out here in the west that's going to start to pump up the ridge over the southeast and bringing us a hot and humid air mass for next week. Now, the model guidance is very interesting as we move forward over the next several days. I'm going to use the European model guidance from the Penn State AWOL website this morning. Now, notice for today, high pressure and control. See this trough here? This is going to start to intensify and redevelop. This trough here is going to start to dig, and this ridge is going to start to build. Watch the dynamics and influences that start to evolve over the next several days. So for today and tomorrow, high pressure and controlled. Tomorrow, temperatures throughout the region in the upper 50s to lower 60s for lows, lower to mid 80s for highs, pretty much near normal for this time of year, with a slight increase in humidity. On Monday, notice our ridge starts to build, but so does our trough. Now, for next week, the ridge wins, mostly because this trough is digging. So that means our temperatures are going to be well above normal for this time of year, which basically means low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s, mid to upper 60s, with a few lower 70s in some of your urban locations, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s along the coast, upper 80s to lower 90s everywhere else with high levels of humidity. Unfortunately, with those very humid temperatures and high levels of humidity, we're also going to have disturbances like this one right here try to drive through the northern mid-Atlantic. So at the surface we'll have southwesterly winds, at the upper levels northwesterly winds with disturbances diving southeast from the Great Lakes towards the northern mid-Atlantic. And that of course is going to mean, unfortunately, a high threat for showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. So hot and humid afternoons, very stormy evenings, foggy mornings also to follow. So not the best driving conditions also throughout next week. Definitely not a good hair week, that is for sure, moving forward. Now let me show you the days from beyond 7 days, because this is really interesting. It really has my attention here. Now, by Saturday morning, the cold front, a strong cold front, will finally dive south and east, and Friday evening could be very stormy with severe weather. This trough here, though, intensifies. Very important observation here. I'm going to show you why. Because when you look at the 500 millibar pattern, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, there's going to be a heat wave throughout much of the country, including the northern mid-Atlantic. Not true, though. Look at what happens to the trough. The trough intensifies, and look what happens to our high pressure system. Our high pressure system is right over the northern mid-Atlantic, and with that, it has a source region from the Canadian Maritimes. So while much of the country, the West, the Rockies, the Plains, the Southeast, warms up and produces a significant heat wave. The northern Mid-Atlantic will remain very chilly, with temperatures expected to range from the mid to upper 70s for highs. We should be in the lower to mid 80s for this time of year. So everyone else gets a heat wave, but because of the orientation of the 500 millibar pattern and where this high pressure system develops, the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area for next weekend and for early next week looks to be rather cool, but at the very least, very dry. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. As always, stay safe out there.